back. As you see the title here, we're talking about rules of money. Learn how to risk it, learn how to leverage it. We want to talk about that today. And y'all, I'm not coming up here to act like I have it all. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about financial, as it relates to financial literacy and what I have learned over the years. And I'm like, this is the time to talk about it so we can know those risks, right? Because some of us don't know what type of risk to take, right? And so we want to talk about that. Rules of money, learn how to risk it, leverage it. All right. Hey, Drew Ross, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So we want to talk about that today, y'all. Okay. And as you can see, I got my phone right there and I have another one right here. Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you're able to hear me clearly. And go ahead and double tap as you guys are coming in. We're talking about rules of money, how to risk it, how to leverage it. So go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. Let's talk about that today. All right. Financial literacy, we weren't taught that. Some of us went to college or school, high school for accountants. Some of us make a lot of mistakes and we have to learn during those mistakes, right? And some of us still, we don't even know how to manage money, right? Especially when it's life is hard. You know, when you work a 9 to 5 job, you have to rob Peter to pay Paul. Um, you have to take care of the bills and all of that good stuff. But then again, what if you're a business owner, someone who wants to start small, someone who wants to start their own thing online, but really don't know the way on how to go about it? So we need to talk about that today. Rules of money, how to risk it, how to leverage it. Okay. Drew Ross, let me know if you can hear me clearly. Since you're the first one here, I need your testing. I need your testing. I need to hear from you. So let me know. All right. So first, let's talk about money, right? Money is a tool that we use to trade, right? And we trade it because when we need things such as buying food, for rent, to keep a stable house or home rather, buying food. We know money make the world go. It just operates, right? It operates, and so we trade it, right? But then again, when we want to start something of our own, right? We tend to think on how we can do it, and sometimes we invest our money in the wrong things, and therefore, um, it gets challenging because if you're coming from a family where you have no inheritance, no handouts, if you're trying everything on your own, and the struggle is there, what do you really do when it comes down to the little that you have? Hi, Jamaican uncle. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in so we can push out this video. So, money grow when it moves, right? So the little that we have that we want to invest in, we live in a world now where we know the internet is moving rapidly. There are a ton of other businesses out there. And we may want to start something of our own and really don't know the right product to invest in, right? Some of us are good on our hands while some is on the internet and know how to operate online. But what is the right type of business, right? It has a lot to do with your interests as a whole. Yes. So it have a lot to do with your interest. What piques your interest? What is it that you like to do? What is it that keeps you motivated as it relates to, wanting to start something of your own? But at the end of the day, risking your money, whether it's a good investment, sometimes we see something that looks good, a good opportunity, and we risk it, and sometimes it doesn't work out to our expectation. And that happened to me a few times, right? I saw the opportunity, I had the funds to invest in it. And I tried it. It looked good. I'm seeing other results online. I'm seeing, uh, it just makes sense. And so I took the risk to invest in it, and I thought it was a good investment, but in all reality, it was not the right place for business, or rather the location. So these are some of the things that can happen as to why I'm talking about risk, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes we won't even know unless we try it. So risk is a part of entrepreneurship, right? Whenever we start something, business takes off anywhere from about 1 to 5 years, right? And so again, um, hey Barry, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. As it relates to business, right? Business takes off anywhere from 1 to 5 years. So then we have to know how to position ourselves, if you will, when it comes down to a business, right? Because again, you can start the business, you may have the funds to start that business, right? But what happened during the slow time? Are you planning to mitigate if anything goes wrong, right? A lot of us fail like that because we may have the funds to start it, but then we don't have the funds to maintain it whenever the economy go down, whenever it pivots, whenever sales aren't coming in, so we can maintain that consistent flow. So sometimes that's when it gets hard on us because we don't have enough funds to maintain it until it takes off. So again, entrepreneurship is not for the weak, right? But again, you got to know how to risk it because you won't know if it's going to work out or not. You just have to trust the process, and that's every business. Let me go ahead and enable Jamaican Uncle so you can go ahead and support each other, right? So here's what I want to say to you. Don't just save, right? You want to circulate your money smart in opportunities. We know that the online world right now, like for me, I'm not invested in any physical stuff right now. Like 2018, I started my e-commerce business and I continue to do that right now just because I still have inventory. But right now, we're not doing any physical except for that. Overall, I'm invested in other things online, right? That I don't have to spend much. When I say online, like for example, I help well, as it relates to business startup, for those who want to start their e-commerce online, start an online business, whether it be anything at all, whether they want to sell something, whether they want to set up, whether it be attraction marketing, selling products online. Those are the type of things that I'm interested in right now. But for me, as it relates to like physical business, what I've tried before, I tried car rental service, I tried vending service, like what do you call it? Um, huh? Yeah, I talked about that before. Yeah. So I've tried those things, and the only thing right now that still remain for me is my e-commerce, and that right there that is stable because I still have it, I still teach on it, and I still sell products online, right? Hey Basil, thanks for being here. Hi Coach Mean, thank you for being here, and also Sedley. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in so YouTube could push out this video. Okay. So yeah, today we're talking about the rules of money, right? Learning how to risk it and how to leverage it, right? Because risk is, but we never know what can potentially happen if we don't have it to risk it, right? So let's talk about that because stagnant money doesn't build wealth, right? And I'm not telling you to risk it and just do any and anything. That wouldn't make sense because if you're going to start a business, let's say online, whether it be if you're doing sport fitness, whether you're selling body trainer or products, if you will, or anything at all online, you want to make sure you're doing your research ahead of time. You want to make sure you're able to know how to outsource the product, so you don't have to physically, it just all depends on the operation. Are you going to be doing it through inventory or drop shipping, right? So those are the things that we have to think about. And then again, are you going to source it locally or you're going to source it internationally, right? Like if you're going to go on outsource it through China, it just all depends. But what I'm trying to say is that we have to do our research ahead of time and know that whatever we're doing right now, it's an investment, right? So we want to look at it that way, right? When we talk about risk, it comes with investment. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you just have to really hold yourself together and say, okay, you know what, at least I tried. But again, you want to plan, don't just jump. Okay, sometimes we also want to hold our idea and not really talking to too much different people either, because that right there could be a energy. That's what I'm trying to say. Risk is a part of the game, right? I want you to know that risk is a part of the game. So if you don't have it, don't risk it. But if you want to start something of your own, just know that it comes with an investment, and you have to train your mind to know that if you lose it, then I've tried that a couple times, and I can say pretty much, here am I today. And I talked about how much I'm going to share with you. It takes some time for me to pull those videos because those are on my old channel. What I'm planning to do is to share with you. Those were years ago when I was doing vending machine and I was doing car rental service and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to pull those videos and I'm going to put them in my long form videos just so you can understand where I'm coming from, because sometimes you may hear me say something, you may hear me talk about don't give up, this will happen, so and so forth. These are coming from all the tests, the trial, the tribulation, all uh, pros and cons. One didn't work, but here am I today. I can say that everything that I've tried and didn't work out to my expectation have taught me something to for me to make better plans right now as we speak. So what I'm doing now works for me because I'm not handling it on the physical side anymore. Everything I'm doing is more online, right? Because you can't figure things out until you make some mistakes again, along the process. Does that make sense? If y'all understand what I'm trying to say, drop me a one in a comment. I want to know y'all are with me on this. I want you to understand sometimes you will never know what can work until you come along those hiccups or those hurdles. That's the only way you understand. So that's why when I say, you may feel like you make a mistake are mistakes are learning. You're learning something within a process. Let me know if y'all are with me. Playing safe won't change your life. Hey, homebody church, thanks for being here, appreciate you. So Basil said, I'm at work, off in 15 minutes. Well, take your time on the road, okay? When you're driving, take some time. So yes, we're talking about the rules of money, risking and learning how to leverage it. We're talking about that today. So far, I would just want to tell you that playing safe won't change it all the time, right? Sometimes you have to calculate it, right? Like investing in your skills and your content. That's another thing too. Sometimes we don't like to invest in ourselves, and invest in ourselves meaning like investing in maybe courses, or investing with a mentor, or investing with someone who who already have the results. Well, I'm not telling you to go spend your hard-earned money and go spend it all up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying sometimes when we need a little push, when we need a little enhancement, sometimes we're stuck, we're surfing the internet all day, every day trying to find, and we're consuming our time pulling so much information online and still can't even get to the answer. If you know someone who can find the results right then and there, so you can start pushing off and start, pushing your content, then you got to do what you got to do. You make that investment. Fun stuff. Yeah, so we're pretty much just talking about knowing, right? Once we do our research, the risk that we take, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, but it's about mindset. So don't forget that when we invest in ourselves, right, it can turn out to be something good where we're able to leverage it, right? Because if you know if a product is working for you, right, and you've been doing it by yourself and you start making a lot more money, then leveraging is getting someone to double your growth. So this means you're going to get an assistant, a virtual assistant, and teach them, and so they can multiply your income, right? Leverage it. So let me give you a prime example like that. Like for me, I have more than one YouTube channel that is monetized. And so I decided to leverage it. When I say leverage it, I hire someone else to run another page for me, right? So I put them as a manager, they're my virtual assistant, and they're controlling that channel. They're editing, they're uploading. I provide what I need to give to them, and they're doing their thing. So we have income coming on two sides of the spectrum, on my personal, on that one. That's what we talk about leverage. Okay, so that's important. Leverage what you have, right? Leverage what you have. Today I posted a video and it was called Use What You Have or something to that nature. Basically, I was talking about, sometimes we're working on the perfect time, we're waiting for the perfect equipment, and we're trying to just getting everything all perfect. And it's not about perfection. It's about just starting using what you have and leverage everything that you have. So as this relates to YouTube, right? You may not have the Osmo Pocket. You may not have the two iPhone. You may not have an iPhone. You probably have an Android phone, or you may not have a tripod, right? But you can find a book or something, and you mount your phone up there, something to that nature, right? And you just leverage what you have, right? Tools, knowledge, all of this, y'all, is small wins. It's small wins. But we got to take risk on things that can help us in the future, right? Same thing with your YouTube channel. You don't know if your YouTube is going to take off, but what you're doing right now, you're risking your time, you're putting all your energy, everything that you can put into it. Even up to your videos, you don't know if your video is going to go viral, but you're risking it. You're putting in your time, your effort, your creativity, you're trusting the process, and you're putting it out there, and now you're just waiting to see when the world receive it, when whatever that is, you're still risking it, right? So we always want to invest in ourselves, taking risk as it relates to money, the rules of money. Taking risks is a part of it. If you want to be an entrepreneur, when you come up here on YouTube, YouTube is only a traffic source. And so, yes, we can make money from it. Those AdSense add up to be pennies, quarters, dollars, and whatever. But at the same time, you want to invest, taking risk with your own brand. So whether that be an ebook, t-shirts, hat, mugs, whatever that is, risk and start something for yourself. I strongly believe you should start a brand for yourself. If y'all agree with me, type me a one in the chat. Now, I'm not talking to those who aren't monetized yet. And even if you're monetized, you can still capitalize on that. But if you agree with me, let me know. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on what I'm saying so far? Because at the end of the day, leverage turn effort into elevation. All right, Trish. Yeah. So we want to start our own brand, okay? Because YouTube is a traffic source. And if we're going to wait on YouTube, like for me, before my channel started being monetized, I was already making money, but I'm not going to act like, oh, everything was just because I have a second channel, right? So for my first channel, I already knew what to do. For those who just started YouTube, people feel like, okay, you have to wait until your page being monetized to start selling. No, you don't have to. You can do indirect selling. But also, the main important thing is to establish your own brand, something that you know that you're passionate about. It's worth risking. Make money, do it, and you're leveraging. You're leveraging your content. So boom, you have YouTube and you have your personal brand, right? So kind of like what I'm doing like today. Um and I'm very humble, very humble. I don't come up here like most of my videos. You would not hear me coming up here and selling you something. I will tell you what I have to offer. Oh my god, this fly is in here. I hate flies in my, sorry y'all. It's gonna bother me for the rest of the day. But anyway, what I was saying to you is that when I create my videos, right? Hey, Joel, thanks for being here. I come out here and I show up, meaning I deliver on all my messages. Sometimes I will do a call to action and say, support my community if you want to purchase a shirt. But 90% of the time, I don't come up here and I don't try to pitch nothing. However, however, I have my merch that it's up here. So I believe when I deliver, and I've learned this from Myron Golden. I don't know if you guys know of Myron Golden. He teach money on Bible principle. He has taught me that. Okay, he's one of my online mentors. Now, mind this man don't know me, but he's my mentor. I claim him. Okay, but I've learned that the more value you give, people will connect with you and start trusting in you. Okay, and I've seen this over and over and over from me. Hi, Real. Thanks for being here. Double tap. Go ahead for me. Double tap as you guys are coming in so YouTube could push out this content, okay? So what I was saying to you is that the more I give, the more I put out here for my videos, sales are coming in, okay? So I sold an ebook today. I sold t-shirts today. I got super thanks today. Um, I got a purchase yesterday from eBay because I have my boutique online. So what I'm trying to say to you, I position myself in a way that I don't have to come out here and say, "Oh, buy my shirt," because I put out everything out here. These are all risks that I took. I didn't know if they were going to purchase it or not, but I took the time and I invest my time and put things out here and I leave it. And now it's starting to manifest on its own. So what I'm saying is for you as a content creator, you want to start thinking, not just coming up here on YouTube and just creating videos. You really want to strategize in your head. Okay, what is my ultimate goal with YouTube? What can I risk right now? Whether it be my time, whether it be putting a little money to the side and start creating a personal brand for yourself, something, right? What is the ultimate goal? If you're doing fitness, if you're doing home decorative, um, if you're doing hair, if you're doing detailing service, what is the overall goal? When you come up here and you pour out information, right? What is the ultimate goal? Is it just to give, share videos, or on the back end, you want to start building an audience so then you can start uh, sharing your personal brand. Let the world know what you have to offer. Hey, Chu, thanks for being here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. I watch your show and good work. Thank you. Appreciate you, Joel. Thank you guys for coming here. Just go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in, listening from the doctor's Okay, okay. Thank you, True Chat. Appreciate you. So yes, we're talking about the rules of money because again, right? We want to we want to invest in ourselves, y'all. We don't just want to come up here and not having anything at all. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if you know of Dante London. He was a small creator and he just shooted up in a couple of months, start making money and everything, y'all. And by the way, I love them, right? It's him and his girlfriend, and I believe they have a son. Well, that's her stepson, but again, there's a family vlog channel. His name is Dante London, and I was watching him, right, and he was making a lot of money at the time, and his views just drop all of a sudden, and he moved out of his section 8 apartment that he talked about. This dude, he don't hide anything at all, and he talks about he left his apartment, he went to, when he made some money with YouTube, he bought a truck, he did all of this thing, and then now YouTube dropped, and now he has to go back to a job, right? I'm rebranding, you may remember me as I'm chosen. Yes, yes, you're rebranding. That's good. Sometimes you have, listen, true chat, sometimes you have to try things. That's the only way you're going to know. You're risking it right now. So what? You're trying. Okay. So that's good. Cuban Smith, hey, thanks for being here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you are coming in so we can have YouTube push out this video. Let me tell you too, this is what I've learned from, well, I just saw this from YouTube. I don't know if you guys know about it, but now if you go to your live videos, or maybe I'm just learning about it, I could be wrong. I don't know if it's new, but I just realized. So I went on my live videos today and I clicked it. I just wanted to see the quality. I wanted to see what I was saying. This video was a while back. And so when I went to the comment, right, I saw my comment and then it has a dot next to it. And I slide over. And when I slide over, I saw all my live comments. Is that new or it been there? I don't know. Maybe I've been like behind, but I saw that today. I was like, wow, we can actually see all those past interaction. And that was a wow for me. But anyway, it's been there. Okay, so you know what happened? I don't watch my live videos after. So today, though, I said to myself, let me go check it out. And then I saw that. I said, wow, I didn't know that, because that is only there on desktop. Like I saw that before on my desktop, but never on my mobile devices. So Joel said, money is hard to come and easy to go. Absolutely. That is facts, Joel. Sometimes it doesn't work for me though, but yes, I don't think many people know you can see it after the. Okay, okay, yeah. Today was first for me, Tris. I didn't know that at all. Yeah, but it's been there. Okay, just knowing, just knowing about it. Yeah, but as it relates to our YouTube channel, y'all, I want you to think about that for a second. Let that sink in. I want you to really strategize. What is the purpose for my YouTube channel? What is it that I can, even if it's an ebook, even if you should start off with an ebook, start pushing something of your own. Okay. I didn't finish telling you about Dante London, that he had to go back to his job because his YouTube videos dropped, his views dropped entirely, right? And so I was observing his channel and I was assessing it. Now, mine, I'm a small creator, right? Excuse me. I'm a small creator and he has like 70 something subscribers, 70,000 subscribers, something to that nature. But this is what I observed with his channel. He was solely lying on YouTube on the entirety. He has no personal brand, nothing. You're working for God? That's great. It's good. That's good ministry, Joel. What are you really working for? When you say working for God, let's be a little bit more specific. Are you mean do you mean like your spirituality you're working, or you're talking about ministry, helping others through different things? Is what are you talking about? And then so what I was saying to you, for him, he did not have his personal brand. I don't know if you've been on my live before where I talked about giving free information like this land me a $3,000 client. Hmm. Doing stuff like this land me that, because I've talked about my capabilities, and when I was talking about what is it I'm able to do, and I was able to show my work, my credibility, and all of that good stuff, it landed me a $3,000 client. So what I'm saying is that we gotta push out our own brand. We can't solely rely on YouTube. And I'm not telling you, like, I'm not trying to discourage you about YouTube. That's not what I'm saying, because you still need YouTube as a traffic source for anything at all. YouTube is big. Google and YouTube is big. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys are, TikTokers and stuff like that. I mean, right now I'm on TikTok, but I don't really care much about TikTok like how I care about YouTube. YouTube, I care about because this is a traffic source for me. How long has you been on YouTube? I've been on YouTube for 12 years, reels with 3 monetized channel. I only talk about 2 because I don't disclose the other one, just because that one just got monetized last year and I'm still building it. Um, God, not God, please just correct. Okay. Yes, 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 definitely. You said that's capital, right? Yeah, real. So I'm speaking based off experience. The reason why I ended up had to split my channel is because when I tried to add everything on one channel, it wasn't working out for me. So for years, I knew that I had to do that, but I didn't because I was just lazy. I didn't want to like restart the channel. Like I didn't want to do that. But then this time I was forced. It was a decision. I made that decision. I was like, you know what, Camille, is either you're gonna struggle trying to add everything and you're just going to waste time. So when I decided to split it and let use this one for strictly like motivation, empowerment, talk about money, YouTube and thing, that's when this one started to, and and just last year, I was just 300 subscribers last year, and going on 12,000 subscribers this year. And this only happened because one video went viral. Okay, okay. Real said, I wanted to know about the creators you just mentioned, London. Curious to know how long he has been creating. I think 6 years. His name is Dante London. Okay. So when you search him up, you can just go to um his is it the oldest video, and you can see I think it's about 6 years. Yes, my spirit told me to be I can still help someone. The best thing to do is to serve him, Joel. So I'm not knocking you for that, okay? So yes, y'all. So as it relates to the rules of money, now I'm not telling you because a lot of people misunderstand. Like every time people get aggravated when we talk about money. And at what people don't understand is that money breathes with oxygen. If you agree with me, type me in one in the chat. Because if you don't take care, like, if, Trish said, I have heard a few larger creators speaking on returning to work a different job. Exactly. Absolutely. A lot of creators, because things are changing, and that is why, like for me, Trish, when I come up here and I talk about YouTube, yes, eventually I would want to over YouTube to override my 9 to 5, but I can't leave like that. So in the entirety, I always have to push my brand, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pushing my brand. So you may come out here and you see me promote Wake Up and Thrive, or you may see me, with all my links there. I have links, my e-commerce link, my YouTube link. And another thing too, I don't teach anything that I don't know. Like if I every threshold for me that I surpass or I pass, I teach on that. Because I can, if I got over, if I have more than 10,000 subscribers, then I know I can teach that. Because with 3 channel, I can show that. Like the credibility is there. You get what I'm saying? Um, but at the end of the day, with YouTube, I don't know what's going on. I just I feel like it has a lot to do with the format of our content. And that is why for me, I try to focus more on evergreen content than trending content, right? Because the difference between trending is something that is only good for now, maybe for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. But guess what? After that, it goes down. So then we have to be smart about what we're really putting out here. Is it going to be trending or evergreen? So my first channel, that one I was talking about, I tried to mix so much things on it and YouTube weren't having it. The algorithm was like, nope, give me all the career base. I knew every single career base that I put on that channel, boom, take off. But anything to do with my family or talk about my personal life, those views were like, nah, it's not happening. Even when I try motivation, not happening. So it just forces me to come over here and create this one, and I saw this one take off for me. Let's see here. Let me go back and read. Research has shown that most creators are bound to suffer. Creators burn out between 5 to 7 years of active content. You have a valid point, but that's not going to stop me from creating content, because at the end of the day, I'm pushing my own products real eventually. So here's what I've learned from doing business over the years. I understand that I can't rely on one thing. When you start something, you always have to have something on the back end. So when one drop, you can balance on the other. It's always been like that in my head. So let's just say if YouTube stops right now, I still, some of my subscribers, or most rather, they know that I have my brand. Now, the thing with that is trying to divert them, syndicate my product so that they know where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? So I understand where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, the way how this world is, we live on the physical and the digital side. About this world, it keeps changing. And these young gens, this generation, they know how to keep up. So if something changed, as it changed, someone is trying to get on the reel of something else. And I just know that for me, I'm a researcher. Like my background is in IT. I'm an IT tech. I solve problems, I research and do. So I'm always online, right? So for me, I'm always troubleshooting. I'm always reading. I watch videos all the time, and I'm that type of person, because I know that the world keep changing, and I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So I'm always trying to find out what is the next thing, and I will continue to work until something works for me. Hey, Trisha's Closet, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Okay. Let me go ahead and read a few of you. Do you know about life insurance and how to leverage that for tax and free income? Mr. Daly, no, that is something I am not. I have life insurance, but I don't really know how to leverage it and stuff like that. No. Maybe if you're good on that, maybe that's something that you can teach on a live video. I don't know. but I'm not educated on that. Like I know my strength in certain areas, not this one. Allison said, yes, that is true. Evergreen forever. Absolutely, Allison. Thank you for being here. Go ahead for me. As you guys are coming in, we want YouTube to push out this video. So go ahead for me and double tap. Let's run up this video, y'all. Joel said, I need to pray and ask God for good things. Yes, pray about it, Joel. And let me tell you something, praying and not doing anything doesn't work out. So here's the thing, you got to pray and you have to outsource, right? They said faith without work is dead, right? The Bible said if your faith is small as a mustard seed. So even though that you're praying for something, Joel, let me give you a prime example. And I'm going to put it on a physical realm. And I'm going to use an example as a wife. Okay? Let me just say that. Say you're praying for a good wife. And I know this is off topic, but I'm going to be really quick. You're praying for a wife, right? You want a good wife with all the qualities and everything. You pray about it, but you're sitting there and you're waiting for God to bring the wife to you. That's not going to work. Joel, the way how things work, you pray about it and you accept and you know that God is going to deliver you. But this means that you have to start to network. You have to go in places. You have to network in areas. That's how faith is. You got to put your faith to the test, and you also got to do some work, because not everything will come to you. Sometimes you have to go out, right? And then you go out and you may find somebody that you can, speak to and see if there's a compatibility, see if you have the same core value, you those type of things. So what I'm trying to say to you, you can't just pray about something and that's it. You have to work towards it as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just going to leave it as that today. Jam Does TV said YouTube need a lot of dedication, commitment, and you must take it to us one of your daily activity. It needs to originality, and you must follow YouTube community guideline, which is true. I hear you on that. So I have a lot more time now. Tomorrow is my last day. I have a two and a half months vacation because I work in the school system. So I'm gonna create way more content now. Like I'm gonna exhaust y'all. But the content I'm putting out here, y'all, is not gonna be garbage. It's gonna be quality, okay? We're gonna talk about my past. I'm gonna show you some of my videos. And I looked at cringe, but that's okay. It's all growth. I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to share business ventures that I tried that didn't work and what I'm doing differently. Those are some things that I want to talk about. So you are pro niching down. Um, when you say pro niching down, are you referring to my first channel, Trish, or you're talking about on this channel? Because all right, let me explain to you. But this channel is split into three. I don't know if you noticed that, but if you don't know, I'm going to tell you why I say that. I speak about motivation a lot on my YouTube shorts, right? My long form videos is tied into my YouTube shorts, but I speak on my day to day journey, or I'll talk about, like, don't give up, or I'll talk about like, aspiration and keep going and stuff like that. But I interject or embed my personal experience, right? And then on my live now, I'll talk about things like this, like my thoughts process and this, what I'm doing. And so it's like three different, I want to say it's three different things, but I kind of, because you can't get everything from my shorts. Does that make sense? So I'll motivate you on my shorts, but I motivate you with the intention so you can see what is my personal experience of life, right? And that's why my channel is more on um, purpose, faith, overcoming hardship, your purpose, driven purpose, and things like that. Does that make sense? Let's see here. Hold on, y'all, because there's a lot. You know what? I have my other phone here. So let me go ahead and 1 second, y'all, because y'all are coming in with all these So you're pro niching down. Barry, bless up. Me neither. I do landscape, so I have plenty work. Okay. Let's connect okay, listen, y'all. Go ahead and teach you and help you out your subscribers. Great to hear you'll share what worked and what didn't work. Yes, yes, definitely. In general, I do you think niching down is what helped you to grow? Um, you said on your other channel you were talking about too many days. Yes, okay. Yeah. Yes. Hold on. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I wanna give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm able to. Yes. So let's go back to it, Trish. Yeah. So the other channel, right? The other channel, when I started it, I didn't know what I was doing, period. I was just throwing everything up there. And then at age 30, I went back to college and I majored in IT. I went to school for computer information system, right? And I remember when I just started, I documented, well, I was telling everybody, oh, I'm going back to college at 30, just kind of running off my mouth, saying that, I'm into IT and all that good stuff. And then I left it and went maybe like 4 months or so. That video took off like about 15,000 views. And I realized I got like almost 200 subscribers. And then I was like, wow, and then I found out in the same week that I'm ready to be monetized, right? But I had a bunch of other videos that was out, just nothing related to career base. And then that alone, that video like motivated me. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what else I can throw out here. So then I started to talk about um like I started to niching down in the degree program, and I was talking about that. And at the time, there wasn't a lot of female investing in IT or wanted to go to school because they all thought it was hard. So I was like, you know what? Let me use that time to break things down and talk to them about that. And when I realized that I had a bunch of females, they followed me. They were majoring in IT. So I took that opportunity that I had, and I started to just most of my video was just like talking about education, and with education, that niche is big too. Like in terms of the RPM, I was getting a good amount of money on that. So then I ended up stop talking about everything else and I stick to career. So that was a niche down. So that's what happened with that channel. And then after I noticed this took off, I said to myself, okay, let me see, since I have a larger crowd, let me see if I can start talking about families, my personal life, da 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 da. And guess what, Trish? No views. They were like maybe 50, 60, 100. But every video that I posted around career based computer information system, information technology, computer engineering, those videos were getting 5, 10, 12,000, 20,000 views. So I got it. I said, you know what? This is where YouTube just pushed me into that category, and that's where I need to stay. So I said, you know what? Let me open up another channel. And I did this one. So that's my story from why I'm there to here. Derek, thank you. Appreciate you for being here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. Joel, thank you. Okay. So I know we're kind of off topic, but yeah. So for you, your channel is niche down though, right? Because you talk more about like interior decorator and stuff like that, right? But no, in a sense, okay, okay. Well, you just have to just test it. Just keep testing, testing, tweaking. Try to make sure your long form videos are like make try to make sure most of your long form videos is over 8 minutes. Try to get them as far as. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, got it. So I just work and home. I need to get out. 3 channels in one go. That's amazing. How do you buy? So reels, I have someone that is managing one page, and with the career page, I have not uploaded in a while, and that is the magic of when you have a channel that is evergreen, still getting paid on, not getting a lot of money on that channel because my last upload was about 4 months, but I'm still getting paid on that channel. Um, the third channel I have someone that is maintaining that for me. So I pay them to upload on the channel for me. So that's how I'm able to like balance. However, since tomorrow is my last day, starting next week, I'm going back on the career base, and I'm going to share that channel with you. In fact, if you want to know what that channel, or you want to go do your own research, you can look me up. I'm okay with that. That's one thing I'm happy about, that I'm always honest about my journey. I have nothing to hide. The only thing with me, I look different because I was wigging it out on the other platform, and it's fine. I felt like I was a hot girl. Sometimes I was a natural here, and then the next minute you see me in wigs. But we're good. We're good. But that other platform, if you want to check it out, my name over there is Camille Thompson. So you search it up, and you'll see something that says computer information system or information technology. And you can see it. You can check it out. Okay, yeah, you could check it out when you get some time. But like I said, my last upload was about 4 months ago, so I'm definitely going back over there starting next week. Hey, Daniel, thanks for being here. Seeing you're working well today. Which yeah, Daniel, I'm always working. You see, I don't play game, right? So many uploads, right? Because I told you, I'm not just talking. I'm in it to win it, y'all. I'm in it to win it. Okay. I'm in it to win it. We're not playing any games. Yeah, I see Emily put it. Emily put it up. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, so you see, y'all got the information, y'all. Um, yeah, I'm working. I'm not joking. So yeah, so you see, Emily went on. Thank you, Emily. You're listening. That's awesome. So yeah, if you want to search up that other channel, you can do so. But like I said, I cringe looking back on those old videos. Okay. Um, but that's the goal, y'all. I want to make sure that I want to set up myself financially through content creation. Okay. I love content creation, and I've tried other businesses before that didn't work out to my expectation. Now I understand how this whole journey work, and I'm not where I would like to be, but I'm not giving up. And when I come out here to motivate you, if you will, or try to encourage you on something, believe me, I'm humble. It's not a brag and boasting thing or ever. I'm not here every day. I'm not here to sell you anything either. You uh you support if you want to support, and when you do support, believe me, I appreciate you for supporting. And whatever it is that you purchase from me, I'm hoping that it becomes valuable to you. And if it's valuable to you, and if there's anything at all that you feel like maybe I should improve on, I'm not afraid to take feedback either. I'm not like people that is super, super sensitive. Listen, if you want to say something personal that you feel like you don't want to say on my comment, you can always shoot me an email. Simple. But if you feel like the need that you want to say something and you want me to, you know, alert on what I can, I'm still fine with a comment. I'm not super sensitive, okay? Because for me, it's about making improvement. I always want to become a better person. I always want to make improvement. If I make any mistakes here and there, that's the only way. But a lot of us aren't like that. I'm telling you how I am. I don't know if it's because I have a tech background where we troubleshoot all the time. So because when your managers is on your tail and they're telling you, oh no, this didn't do right, do this, dot, dot, dot. So I get it, right? But not everybody can handle criticism. So it's okay with me. So again, anything that you feel like I can improve on, let me know. I'm here to serve. Just to let you know, I'm here to serve. Okay. For those who just tapped in, go ahead for me. And for those who just hopped in, I said tapped in, go ahead and double tap for me so you two can push out this video, okay? Emily, have I gotten the pronunciation wrong? What are you selling? Well, I have Annie, I have or Anne, I have Wake Up and Thrive t-shirts that I use for motivating my community. That I'm selling, but I'm not pitching anything at all that you want to check out. My links is there. You can just check my profile. Um, my personal brand, I do e-commerce. I also teach on YouTube in terms of get your subscribers in, how to monetize your channel. The fastest way of doing it, coming from 12 years experience, things like that. I also do coaching online as well. So if you're someone who doesn't have time and you want to set up your whole business online, whether to start your LLC, your sole propriety business, whether you want to set up your website, if you want to upload your products, optimize them, the whole 9 yards, I do all of that. But nevertheless, I'm not here to sell anything. My videos are authentic, so meaning like you will watch my videos and you won't hear any pitching or any CTA, call to action. You won't hear that in it because most of my videos I don't come out here to sell anything. But I do advertise myself in a way whereas I provide as much valuable information so that you yourself can search and see what I have to offer, if that makes sense. Daniel said, I get value from your content, so that's why I invest my time when I have to. Appreciate you, Daniel. I really do. Thank you. And I see that you've been I see that you've been supporting me. I see that. Okay. I don't take it lightly. I appreciate it. And Daniel, if you feel like there's anything, let me know. My email is there. You can always reach out or you can drop me a comment. It doesn't matter. I'm always here to help. And again, I'm not a large creator, I'm a small one, but y'all are here with me on this journey. So you will see, we will compare um, from last year to this year, and you'll see if God's permit me being here, you will see my performance next year. And I won't even say next year. I'm giving myself a couple more because right now I'm shooting for 12,000 subscribers. I'm working towards that. Okay. So y'all gonna see me. And when I hit 12,000, then my other goal is to reach 15,000, right? So that's what we're doing over here. I'm not the type to say, I have 12,000 and now we're shooting for 50 and 100,000. No, we're going to start small. So when I hit that landmark of 12,000, my next step is 15. Then we're going to move to about, 18. Realistic, realistically. Okay. So y'all, I need y'all to run up this video. If you haven't liked it yet, come on now, run it up so YouTube could push it out. But most of all, let me tell you what I care about. I care about helping you to find your purpose through my motivational content. My second is to help you on clarity with YouTube. Sometimes you're going to go through those hiccups, hurdles where you may feel like, you're creating videos and you're not getting any views, or you don't feel like creating anymore because no one is watching. My goal is to push you to not coming out here and feeling like you need instant gratification. We don't want that, because at the end of the day, you have to plant, you have to reap, right? And with instant gratification, that kills us. We don't want that. So when I come up here and I show up because I was once there, you know, depressed about YouTube, unmotivated. I wanted to shut it down. That was years ago, but I didn't give up. And I have other channel and I'm able to say that, listen, I've been there, done it. If I could do it, you can do it too. Okay? You can do it. At the end of the day, I always say this: success don't care about feelings. So it doesn't matter how you feel, we still have to come out here and execute as creators. All right? When I create my videos, I always like to leave you with something positive, something that you can think about. Okay? You're welcome, Allison. YouTube is one of the toughest platforms for sure. It is, but you know what kills us sometimes? Instant gratification and validation. No, no, no. Mm-mm. That kills us sometimes. And that's the main reason why I create batch content. Because if I should rely on how I feel to create a video each day, it's not going to happen. So I tend to strategize myself to create batch content. So regardless of how I feel, one video is going to go out each day, or one video is going to go out every 2 days, or two videos is going to go out for the week. You get it? So I'm not waiting on how I feel. I'm creating batch and I'm going to shoot it out. Because even the video that you see me posted today, use what you have. I recorded that video last week, and if you hear that video, I talked about no, I said 2 weeks, I'm going to be out of, no. So that's more than a week ago I created that video. So yeah, 2 weeks ago. And I posted that video today. And tomorrow is the last day of school. So do you see how much content I have that has not already been out? I got 4 kids, y'all. Okay. I work a 9 to 5 and I do YouTube full time. I'm going hard now because I believe in short term sacrifice for long term goal. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. And so while I'm working on YouTube, I'm pushing my personal brand. That is the ultimate goal, pushing my brand. Okay. So I have to train my mind. Consistency, I mastered that. That was the biggest problem I had years ago. Big, big, big problem. Consistency kills me. And I made one decision that I'm going to show up, and I mastered consistency to every day I have a video out. Not Saturday and Sunday though. Those are like my sacred days. But you'll see a shorts from me from Monday through Friday, and you'll see videos from me through my long form videos. And from for the most part, you see me with my live videos. How do I find the time? Do you sleep? Of course I sleep. I sleep. I'm an early bird. I'm an early riser, and I'll go to bed like probably about 9, 10 sometime. But I strategize my stuff, Allison. Okay. And I have a story to tell. I'm not ready yet though. I'm not ready for that. But God knew what he was doing. How long have I been creating? I've been creating videos for a long time. Years ago, I used to be a photographer and I used to do graphic design. So I feel like that part is always in me. And my videos, there's no creativity in them. They're just plain. I just kept it so simple. But because I had that in me, it wasn't nothing for me to create videos. My problem for videos is that, consistency used to kill me. I used to have a lot going on, and I just make the time and probably lose some sleep. I mean, I get about 6 hours of sleep. So let me just give it to you really quick before I go, because I'm about to close out now. Um, for my YouTube shorts, we know that the shorts in the past week has been more in depth. Any reason why? When you say more in depth, do you mean like when I talk about peace and persistent and you're doing a good job? Are you speaking on those one? Because if you notice, Daniel, I kind of shift away from the faith and that because I have a ton of those videos. The reason why I feel like I shift into that because when I speak to people on a day to day, they talk a lot about how they're feeling or like fake people is around them or our energy, negative energy. So my stuff is based on what people say to me, and when they say it, I jot it down, and then I just come up with my own thing. Okay, I need a schedule. Okay, schedule, yes. Allison, sometimes my son be beating down the door when I cut off like if I say I'm gonna have time block, time management. So for me, if I'm gonna work between this and this time, you know, I will have my daughter babysit for me for like an hour because I'm like, y'all, I got an hour work to do. Can y'all help me? I ask my daughters, right? And they'll watch my baby for me. And I'll say, can you give me an hour? The reason why I know I can knock it out like in an hour is because everything is already here. I don't rely on my brain for everything. That's another thing too. I don't rely. I jot down everything that I see. Look, podcasting, ooh, podcast and YouTube. See, podcast and YouTube. So what I'm trying to say, everything I map out the things I want to say. So it keeps me on track. So if I'm working for 1 hour, I know what I need to do for that 1 hour. All right. It's a consistent flow for me. So let's say I create 5 video within an hour. Boom, that video is done, right? Now, the next phase, I think is because, I always wanted to be a project manager. When I completed my bachelor's degree in information technology management, I wanted to become a project manager, right? And so when I got the program as a project manager, we have different phase. This is a cycle, right? So we have planning, the planning phase, and then we have the production phase, and then we have the phase where we're prototyping, right? So we're putting things together while we're checking to see what is the end result, right? And then you have those testing where you put it out there. So I feel like the mindset I have kind of helped me. So what I'm tying into what I'm saying about how I work and how I operate in terms of the editing part. Once the video is done, then the next phase for me for all those 5 video, I have 1 hour now, not on the same day, but the next day. I need an hour to edit, and I'll just edit those video. Boom, boom, boom. Then Wednesday, right? I'm just giving an example. So let's say Monday shooting day, Tuesday is editing, Wednesday is scheduling. But I do it in a way whereas I'm never late. I always have something to rotate. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's here, so it becomes natural to me. Yes, and I'm from Jamaica. Booyaka, booyaka, booy. Yes, and straight Jamaican. But yeah. Yeah, y'all. I got a little personality too, okay? You sound like I record at once and then edit at night once. Exactly. Trish, we right on point. That's the same thing I do. When everyone, listen, when everyone goes to sleep, it is the best of the best of the best. The house is quiet. That's when I can think. That's when I can jot down things that comes to mind, especially when I'm in the shower. Y'all, when I'm in the shower, Lord, all ideas comes to mind. And so I always have to have my phone close by, okay? Is anyone else like that? um per diaphragm, sort of. Yes, absolutely real. You have a good evening. Glad to catch. Same to you, Daniel. Appreciate you for being here, okay? I know it was a Caribbean accent. Yeah. So, y'all, listen, I know I'm over an hour. A girl got to go. This was a great live. If y'all didn't like, come on, y'all. We want to run this up to 20. I see 19 likes. We want to get this up to a 20. If you haven't liked, come on, y'all. Run it up. I've got to go. Yeah, Trish, tell me about it. I felt like I could have got rich off of one idea and I didn't have my phone. So ever since that, Trish, never always have my phone in there, okay? So when the idea come, I can jot down, all right? Because that was $1 million idea. Yeah, God, when everyone is sleeping, I work on school and work. Okay, got you. Ideas coming up. Trust me, all the time. I get you, Allison. I used to do that too when I was in college. Quiet inside, got to go too already. All right, listen, y'all, it's time to go. Because if I follow y'all, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna chat, chat, chat. But listen, I appreciate you. I love you guys. I don't take your time lightly. More than everything, everything is not about money. I appreciate your time, your energy, your effort, your engagement. Okay. I'll see you on another live. God bless.